All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Freezin NFC North Podcast, episode 161. Cardiac Bears do it again. Lions see double, Packers sputter, and Vikings picked off, plus Week 11 NFC North preview. Lots to get to, and as we're getting started, you can find me on NFLOutdated on Twitter X. You can find me on the Instagram NFLOutdated on YouTube. 9:30 CST Wednesdays. Always glad to be here. And you can find us on the Freezin #4 pod on the TikTok. And as we get started, where can we find you, Trevor?
Hey, everyone. I'm back. Let's go. I've been gone for a while, and you can find me at RevTrevNFL. Very glad to be here. Been missing you guys. Mm-hmm. And that's where you can. I'm everywhere, just everywhere. Just go find me, and I'm pumping out crazy content. Mm-hmm. And especially after this weekend, being live in 2 different stadiums, 3 actually. I was outside the Bears Stadium too. I've got crazy content coming out. So
yeah, you were literally everywhere this past weekend. Obviously, saw you at the Bucs game. Nice to finally see you in person and all of that. And definitely we'll be talking about that as well. So, and as we get started as well, welcome in another Packer fan, Miles. Where can we find you as we get started?
Good evening. Good evening. So I was a couple minutes late there. You guys can find me on Monday nights, 9:30, streaming live, Pack Weekly Podcast on the Packers Talk Network YouTube channel. Head over there, subscribe. We're trying to get up to 1,000.
Oh, definitely like and subscribe there too. I expected you'd only show up halfway through anyway, just like the Packers. So
hey, come on now, come on! Don't even let me get warmed up before you take shots like that. All right,
I'm ready. I'm also ready for this guy, Dre. Glad to have you back as well. Where can everyone find you as we get started?
You can hit me up on Twitter X. It's at Coleman Sports, and it's nice to have 2 Packers people on here because that's more touchdowns than they had last week. So.
Oh,
I just want to tell you something. I was at your stadium. You don't have a lot to talk about, bro. Just saying.
I could say we had more touchdowns, though.
Sure, you can.
Well, speaking of more touchdowns, and someone who always has a lot to say, 7th letter, where can everyone find you as we get started?
7th letter 4 on Twitter X, same OG on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm just glad to be back on top again. Right where
wait, say that again.
Back on top again.
Back on top again.
Dad is home.
Trying to say it. I was trying to say it at the same time as you, since we're tied at the top.
And you just can't quite pull it off, though, Andy. What's going on there?
It's
like it doesn't fit. It's like a very unnatural thing.
Oh, it's coming.
They got some real games coming up, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots to prove, lots to get to. Speaking of that, everybody wants to talk about my Bears. Everybody in the media loves my Bears. My Cardiac Bears run past the Giants 24-20, Soldier Field in Week 10. I mean, what else is there to say? Caleb Williams, right? I mean, this guy, this quarterback is just, he knows how to win. He's got Ben Johnson says he has ice water in his veins. I mean, he just, they couldn't tackle him. Obviously the Bears had a little bit of issues. And I was a little bit worried for a while, especially with us not being able to run the ball. But, guess what? The Bears ran Brian Daboll out of New York, and that was nice to see as well. I couldn't believe with how the Giants were running the ball against the Bears with at the goal line, why they didn't just run it in it and they just took the field goal. So that kind of sums up, I think, Brian Daboll's career as a head coach so far. Like, so much promise, but just couldn't quite get past the goal line. And so I don't know. They gave up on Daniel Jones. He's doing good, but this is more,
Barkley,
all of that. But this is more about Caleb Williams in putting together when he needs to and being Houdini out there. It's just, he's still growing. He's still growing. We have already, surpassed the win total for many of you. Many of you thought we would be. We're 6-3 after 9. We are on track for 11-6. You have to give the game ball to Caleb. He put the team on his back when we needed to, when just the defense was struggling. There's definitely some growth as far as being able to stay in the pocket just a little bit longer to kind of maybe get the touchdowns and everything like that. But he is making the right plays when they need to in crunch time, clutch, unlike many of the quarterbacks in this division. Caleb is clutch. So go ahead and throw cold water on my Bears. Who would like to start?
Jackson Dart had a better game than Caleb Williams.
You know what the best ability is? Availability. He was not available.
Man, what a comeback. Fire.
That was good.
And
the best comeback you've had all year, man. That was good.
I'm raring to go today. Well, and that's the thing too. There was a clip of a Dayball whispering to him. I think that was maybe not this game or the previous game, telling him to slide. And that's the thing. I think Jackson Dart's going to be a good quarterback, but he just, he's got a lot to learn and just kind of to be able to kind of rear it in. And that's what I like about Caleb Williams. First year of Ben Johnson's offense. And now we're just really starting to kind of click a few things, but there's so much potential. And, you can't really see that on Green Bay, the potential. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
What's the combination of wins of the teams that you beat?
Thank you.
You play to win the game. That's what it is.
Well,
Y'all's defense also let up like 400 yards.
Exactly. That's the thing. Our defense.
He's still through 55%. He's still you know what I'm saying? He don't make layups still. Like, it's the same thing, yo.
And yet we're still winning. What's going to happen?
They're not playing nobody. The Giants, I don't know if you saw the Denver Bronco game. It's the same game. Like, the Giants lost the same way.
Didn't the Giants beat the Eagles?
Yeah, but
I mean,
I'm going to beat the Eagles on Sunday. So, ain't nobody.
You know what?
The Giants got more recognizable wins than y'all.
Caleb puts more butts in the seats than you have about my Bears.
What?
All right. I was trying. That was trying to come out. You're a lot of butts. All right. I was trying on that. Trying a little bit too hard. Okay. We're 6-3. We're 6-3. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're not apologizing for the losses. We're learning how to win, and we'll get.
How many division wins you got?
That's what I was going to get to. We'll get to the Minnesota game. Obviously, Minnesota week 1, that was tough. We didn't quite know how to win. We know how to win. Our team believes in Ben Johnson. Our team believes in Ben Johnson. Our team believes in Caleb. We can make it happen, and we are. So,
he got his legs put behind his head week 2.
That was in Detroit. That was one thing in Detroit. We're coming.
Well, week 1 was in Chicago, wasn't it?
The first game.
Right.
And you know what? So, speaking of those Lions, let's go ahead with you, 7th letter.
No, wait a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not the Bears. We're talking about the Bears. I mean, okay, listen, Andy. Every win matters and it counts. Okay. So what I like about your Bears is they found a way to win. Right?
Exactly.
They found a way to win.
So far,
that's all that matters. I wish we found a way to win last week and against the Panthers and against the Cleveland Browns. Okay. But if we're honest and Dart stays in the game, you don't win that game. So it doesn't matter. Whoever's on the field, you got to play with them, right? So it's Russell Wilson to the rescue.
Pretty bad.
And that's how you got the win.
Is CJ Gardner-Johnson to the rescue. All right. Bring CJ Gardner-Johnson.
He's a bomb. You can have that bomb.
So it's a win's a win, right? And like you have that, you should make that shirt, Win City, right? You got the graphic.
Win City.
But you haven't done it yet because you don't believe in your team yet. That's why. You don't believe in your Bears. And now it looked good. And all the division games are coming, buddy. And we're going to find out who the real frauds are and who is for real. and it's coming soon. So
You know, all I heard was wah 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 wah. Bears are good.
Bears won.
One.
Wah, wah, wah,
All right.
Bears won.
Hey, and plenty of cool water, I'm sure, coming up on the game previews as well. But let's get to I'll let you have the floor, actually, Trev. So obviously, you were at the game. It was a Monday night game. Packers Sputter at Lambeau, 10-7 loss for the Eagles. Pass out some blame. I mean, it basically didn't even show up for the first half, or I don't know, Jordan Love. A lot of people are coming to the same conclusion that I have and saying that Jordan Love is mid. I know Miles will have some
a lot
stuff
of people
to talk.
you speak of.
Media, lots of media members. They may be Chicago media members, but they're still media members.
I'm hearing that. I'm hearing.
All
that.
right. Trav, I'll give you the first shot here. Pass out some blame on the loss.
So I got to go to Lambeau for the first time in my life, and I was really excited. Monday Night Football, get your popcorn ready, must-see TV, and it was nothing that I expected. But just saying, stadium-wise, atmosphere-wise, crowd-wise, epic, iconic, legendary, just made me so thankful I'm a Packers fan, and it was fun. It was a great experience. In regards to the game, there is a lot to not like. There's a lot to blame for sure. I think the biggest criticism right now is on Matt LaFleur. People are getting frustrated with this play calling. Jordan Love, true, he did not look great. But they just kept running the ball, which is fine. I like Josh Jacobs. I get it. The problem is we're running it right at Jalen Carter over and over and over again. I'm like, can you guys not run it to him? I don't know if this he's a difference maker, right? But we didn't throw the ball well. We didn't throw it. I just felt like the play calling was too conservative. Jordan didn't look amazing. He didn't look amazing. But I'll tell you this. We are walking, and I know everyone has to do this, and the Lions fans know this too. When we're walking through some weird injuries, and it was the reason why we ran the ball is because I don't think our wide receivers were getting open. I watched them live. So we had to run the ball a lot more than we wanted to. Dobbs went out with an injury during the game. We were already out. We read Kraft. Kraft is a massive difference guy.
Big
difference.
So
I know that Musgrave got drafted higher than Kraft, but I'm telling you right now, Kraft is for real. For real.
Yeah,
So that loss,
very evident.
Reed, Dobbs goes out, and it was the cornerbacks of the Eagles were just everywhere, and we weren't getting the separation. I didn't even think that Christian Watson played amazingly. He was fine. He had some good moments, and so there's a lot to blame there. Also, we had another injury with Jenkins. Now, a lot of people want to blame the refs, and I hate blaming the refs. Okay, because whenever you blame the refs, that means your team lost. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just watching this thing, but there's so much good to talk about. I know everyone wants to be negative, so I'll just start with the negative because that's what gets clicks and views, and that's my quick assessment. I was not happy with our offense at all. And we were in field goal range in the first half. We were about to score, and then, of course, the fumble happens, and Jordan Love just held on the ball too long a couple times, and it just hurt us. So,
Miles, yeah, I mean, please tell me this Jordan Love, experience is. I mean, it's got a roller coaster. You think he's going to be great, but he's not. I mean, what's the deal?
Well, I'll give you. I'll give you your red meat. This Jordan Love didn't have a good game, but Jordan Love is not mid. And I don't think that Jordan Love is to blame necessarily for the struggles. I saw some missed opportunities, but that's just not enough for me to even glance at him when we're talking about who are we blaming right now. Every offensive coach in that room should have a hot seat. Every single one of them. I don't care what your responsibility is. I don't care what your title is. The inputs are creating stinky outputs. So if your outputs are bad, change your inputs. That's like the best way I can put it. Because if I go off trying to point a finger at somebody specific, I'm going to get yelled at on Packers Twitter. You don't know what he does. The point is the job of the offensive coaches is to prepare this team and put them in position to be successful. And they are not doing that. Like, very clearly not doing that. And the reason I'm not willing to look at the players is because we've seen these players play well. We've seen a lot of them play elite. So if I've seen it, and I don't believe that was just sort of a flash in the pan, and I don't believe that was just sort of like a one-hit wonder. I really believe that ability is there, but I'm not seeing it now. All of my blame lies with the coaching. The coaching and the preparation has failed this team, this offense specifically. The defense is just such a different conversation. It's basically the inverse, and I don't know. I'm at the point where I know you can't fire anybody mid-season. They're just not going to do that. So I can't sit here and cheer for that or wish for that. So I got to ask myself, like, what is it that I hope for? I hope this defense carries this offense. Like, I hope the defense creates enough short fields. They'll keep them in enough games. You held Saquon Barkley to 60 yards. Like, you're going to keep this team in every game, that defense, if they keep playing the way they are. And they may win the game single-handedly a few times, depending on the opponent, maybe in Chicago or somewhere. But I'm frustrated, man. I don't believe that this is a player issue. I'm not even willing to look up at the GM yet. A lot of people want to blame the GM on, we need Aaron Banks was a terrible signing, all this. I look at that as like, when he made the decision, was it a good decision? Like, yes, like they allocated resources to the O-line. Goot didn't run down there and, injure these guys. He didn't go down there and sabotage their play, right? There was an argument Banks was overpaid at the time, but it's like the GM put resources in a place where he thought that he needed them, and you can't fault him for that. Hopefully he sees the error of his ways and moves on quickly, right? Let's not drag out mistakes, but I'm not mad at the GM. I'm mad at the coaches that can't come up with something. And the thing is, it's not even hard stuff. We're not looking at this going, gosh, how do we solve this calculus equation? You're looking at a banged up O-line. Well, Jordan Love doesn't have a lot of time. All right, well, have you tried to reset the pocket and manufacture more time for him? No. Oh, haven't done that. Okay, cool. Well, have you tried not being predictable? Maybe a little bit of deception? No, haven't done that. Great. Well, if you're going to do run pass to the extent that the defense is just going to call out your plays in the most pivotal moment of the game, then you're just not even trying to solve the problem. And that's the part where it's like, people can tell me I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. It doesn't matter. Like, there's evidence that you're trying to solve the problem if you're trying to solve the problem. And right now that evidence is totally missing.
This sounds like the Bears last year with their offense. It was so predictable. And actually, listening on the Chicago radio today, there was a difference between two teams that I heard from two different sets coaches, and it's not the two coaches you're thinking. So they're doing kind of back to back some of the press conferences, and they talked about your guy Matt LaFleur, and they asked him, about why the offense was struggling, and some of his answers were really evasive and just blaming, lots of blame. And then the other press conference they played was your guy Seventh Letter, and his choice to take the play calling duties, and the way he explained it, basically, not demoting his offensive coordinator, but basically saying, hey, Ben Johnson went through the same process, and just kind of really trying to be political about it. And he had a fantastic answer. You could tell that he's more secure in his job. And I don't know, if Matt LaFleur gets fired, but just the way that I'll just say Mr. Lions guy. I can't say his name right now. I'm not going to. Compared to Matt LaFleur, just the way that they the difference between how they went about the coaching issues. I mean, it's night and day, and obviously it's where the Lions are winning and why the Packers are struggling right now.
I totally agree. I think that very well encapsulates the situation. And here's where I think a lot of people get confused about what to do with this. I think a lot of fans are shouting, "Oh, fire LaFleur!" No, you don't want to fire LaFleur.
Do that.
You don't want to fire LaFleur. What you want to do is you want to fire LaFleur, the offensive coordinator, right?
Yep.
So that's a more nuanced thing to say, or a harder discussion to have, because that's where you do have to put LaFleur on the hot seat to say, listen, man, you're a good head coach. We want to see you be a good head coach. But right now, the head coach needs to fix a problem. And if the head coach is the same guy as the problem, well, now that's a weird situation to be in. And somebody has to call him out for it. Somebody has to be able to sit him down and go, listen, man, like, you've got to fix this problem or we can't extend you like that.
Well, and I think that's the issue. Sometimes, like when you see that in the NFL, if basically they demote themselves, I mean, it almost means that they're kind of like thrown in the towel, like they're gonna be fired. Like it's I don't know what I mean. The percentages of how that's happened, but usually it precludes the coach eventually being fired at the either middle of the season or end of the season. It's just not good.
Well, I think, but the reason that is a good illustration of it is because Dan Campbell is the head coach. The head coach sees a problem. Head coach fixed the problem, or at least tried. Right now, LaFleur, hey, head coach, there's a problem. Oh yeah, well, it's me. Oh great, are you gonna fix it? No, I'm not. Oh, okay, sweet. I mean he said that, right? Like they asked him, are you considering changing play calling? Nope, not going to give that up. Okay, well, we'll see what happens when Ed Policy asks you that question at the end of the season, right? I mean, you're going to have to account for that. And that's where it's like, yeah, easy for you to say, fan, you don't know what goes on. But again, it's like, okay, but if they were trying to solve the problem, there would be evidence of it. And there's none. That's the part I'm like, okay, I'll entertain the hot seat conversation then, because you hit an impasse where the head coach is not solving a problem, which is a problem in itself.
Absolutely. Well, let's kind of move on to the Lions here. So obviously the Lions double up the Commanders.
Are we not going to talk about the defense?
No, we have to talk about the defense.
Okay.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me?
I was going to give you an opportunity, and I was even going to talk about the defense in the pre-game to the Giants. But go ahead, because
but in all honesty, man, like, okay, at the end of the day, we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champs. Okay?
Who didn't look good either.
By 3 points. Okay, by 3 points. That's what we lost. That's the end of the day story. That's what happened. Okay, was it ugly? Yes. But both defenses came to play. Now, you can say that the Packers offense did not play well and made the Eagles defense look good. I don't know. I'm just telling you right now.
Jalen Phillips is good. I'm sorry, but Jalen Phillips is really good.
Yeah, he played very well.
Not against him, but
we'll
they ain't got no tape on him yet. They ain't know how he was going to get used. That's all.
But the fact is,
I agree with that.
The Packers defense was awesome. And it's like everyone's saying, oh, Philly's not the same. Guys, they are, what are they? 7-2? They're 7-2, and they just won the Super Bowl. And I know that, like, okay, moral victories don't count. Okay, I get it. But it's not like we got blown out. It's not like last year in the playoffs where they literally kicked our butts. Our defense is better now. It looks so much better. And I loved it. The amount of times where we stopped them when we reached good, they had 2 plays against us that were incredible. It was the dump off to Barkley, and he just worked his magic, and then the touchdown to Devontae Smith. That's it. They had 2 plays. That's it. That were awesome, and that's it. So I think we need to talk about the defense, and going forward, I got a lot of hope. If that's how our defense is going to play, we're going to be in games. We're going to be in games, and we just need our offense to actually produce. So I get it.
I think that like Jalen Hurts is like, it's either deep ball, Dallas Goedert. You know what I mean? Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all played good and y'all stopped the running, but y'all didn't really have much to worry about on the outside because he kind of like he does. It's no slants ever, no dig routes. It's just Goddard or something deep. You know what I mean? And they didn't play good offensively. Their offense kind of played into your defense, and like your defense is good. It's fast. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't let Jalen Hurts really kill y'all, but they always cheating for the Eagles. They get the jump off sides and push.
Nuts.
Like they got us. Yo, it's just I hate watching Eagle games, Joe, because it's like they don't seem, they're just supremely talented. Like they just have a lot of talent on there, and they got guys that can, when they need it. On third down, they bad the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the defense, it's not like one of those top 10. Like they not. Statistically, our defense is better. You know what I'm saying? They're not that. I don't know.
You say that as if your defense isn't one of the best in the league, man.
I mean against the run,
damn good.
Against the run,
we ain't even got all our horses. We hurt. They look at what they got on defense. You know what I'm saying? They did lose a pass, which I think the Sweat loss is a big one. I do think like Tucker Kraft is kind of like, without him offensively, y'all look real soft again. Remember, I always said, like, I just don't want y'all to get Deebo Samuels. I just don't want y'all to get somebody that's tough on that offense, because him with Jacobs and Kraft, oh my God, it would have been crazy. Like, it just would have been really bad for us. And now you got this defense, you got this pass rush. I think it's that Micah Parsons get a bad rap against the run. He's not that bad against the run. I mean, he's not Miles, Garrett or Crosby, like a big body or nothing. But I think he get a bad rap against the run. But y'all played. I just think like defensively, y'all did okay. It's just the offense kind of like it don't help y'all. Like y'all, the way y'all are set up, the type of offense y'all have, you should be blowing everybody out because you're gonna get short field. You're gonna get the ball back. You're gonna like force a lot of punts. It hasn't come together yet. And Jordan Love has to, he gotta, I don't know.
He's got to become like Caleb.
Take the layup. No. He's another layup guy. He's another guy that don't hit the layups all the time either. Like Jordan Love is going to challenge your secondary. He's trying to get that ball down the field, but I mean, gotta kind of maybe shorten it up, some screens, something short. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just wasn't. It was I heard him talking about the game, and they was trying to make us act like this was a good game. The game kind of sucked a little bit. It was
not a good. It was just a good game.
It wasn't. I'm looking at the game like my wife, like, yo, you want to go to bed? I'm like, yeah.
I fell asleep. I woke up. The score was still 0-0.
Yeah, like,
I hear you.
I didn't watch the whole first half, so.
I don't think anybody
I did not miss anything.
So talking to like reading some like Packers stuff, and also obviously living in Philly, like you hear about it. I don't think anyone here was like proud of that game. Like the defense, they've had good plays, and same thing with the Packers, they had good plays. I don't think either offense showed up at this game
at all.
Oh, I mean, there's a reason AJ Brown is pissed right now. I mean,
absolutely.
And honestly, defensively, you look at like you say holding like Saquon. I'm gonna say like Vikings held him to 40 yards. This past, he played him. Yeah, like he has not had like holding him only to 60 yards is not a great flex at this point because he's had an off year. Like honestly, like that was just honestly a horrible. I can't even say it was a defensive game. It just was just bad. And
that's coming from a Vikings fan that's seen a lot of bad games recently.
I mean, I'll take that. Whatever. Like, I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to look at this objectively. Like you say, like questionable play calling, and then you say or predictable play calling. They were running like a Jalen Carter, like you said, almost the entire game, and then the one time they didn't. it was the most obvious way. The off play, they were like saying, "Don't run." It's coming off to this side. It was the shotgun run.
Yeah, it's
like
this way.
it was just so predictable. And then on both sides of the ball, like both the Eagles and the Packers, the last like minute and a half of that game, I don't know who was calling that game. I don't know LaFleur or if it was Sirianni. Both of them could not call games at all. I don't know what the deep throw, 4th down, and what was it, 4th and 6, they throw deep to A.J. Brown. I don't know what that was. I don't know what the kickers trying to kick a 70-yarder and then doing a fake or a dump off after none of that was good play calling. So no team was playing really well. The Eagles just came out arguably on top because they pulled it out, but they were not playing well either in that game. Like,
yeah,
just neither team was good. Like,
we don't apologize for wins. Don't apologize for wins.
I mean, a win is a win. I'll take.
Well, and here's the other thing, though, guys. Because I get you're crapping on the Eagles. They're not like they were last year, and they're not very good. But listen to the teams they beat. Okay. So they beat the Cowboys by 4. They should have lost that game.
Yes.
They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Rams. Everyone's saying the Rams are going to win the NFC.
Buccaneers?
They beat the Buccaneers. They lost to the Broncos. Okay, that's another good team in the AFC. They lost to the Giants, which was a shocker. 2 weeks later, they smoked the Giants. They beat the Vikings. And then they beat the Packers. They have beaten legitimate teams, and everyone's saying they're playing bad. So
they are.
I don't know what we're going to say. Like, I know that game was not pretty, and it wasn't fun in the way of, like, for viewership and all that stuff. I loved it being in the stadium, okay? I loved every moment of it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Other than losing. But I'm just telling you right now, you guys, like, they're 7-2 and beat every legitimate team in the NFC so far.
Well, let's go on to another legitimate team that we think maybe the Lions double up the Commanders 44-22. 7th letter, hand out some helmet stickers.
I'm giving it to my boy Jared Goff and Coach Dan Campbell for taking over the play calls. What do I always say? What do I always say?
Jared Goff.
Do what works. He realized that they couldn't stop Jameson Williams on dig routes. He kept doing it over and over. Do it until they stop it. Thank God. David Montgomery, 15 carries. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries. That's how we win. Like, that's how you play. That's how you play. Now, we ain't beat nobody at all this year yet. So I'm not really, they was hurt. We might be hurt too, but we weren't hurt as bad as all injuries aren't equal. And where they were hurt at was their best player was hurt. The defense is hurt. And one got ejected. Like, it's we ain't people about it. It's not that it was impressive, but I'm like, just if he keep doing that, is this working? Let him keep doing it until they stop it. That's all I want, yo. Just common sense. Sometimes being an offense coordinator is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world because it's all about flow and rhythm and everything. But just like, yo, if they can't stop it, keep doing it. And that's all I want, man. That's all I want. I don't want nothing else. Just use your brain, man. That's it, man. And we ain't been using our brain a few times this year. We got explosive players, so we're gonna score. And our offense isn't the most efficient, but we do break off big plays and we beat bad teams like we supposed to. We let one beat us last week, and it won't happen again. Can't wait to see them again either. But I can't wait because it's like we shouldn't have lost that game. We shouldn't have lost. And those type of games. Now in the driver's seat, and I don't have to hear this guy mouth talking about Todd. No, we're not tired.
I mean, we'll see. We'll have an important week coming up next week. But let's move on. The Vikings were picked off by the Ravens 27-19, lost at home in week 10. Pass out to blame or interceptions, Dre?
I mean, I think the blame comes down to, if anything, the offensive line. Like, I think, like, generally speaking, they like those 8 false starts. Like, you can't win a game like that.
At home.
Like, yeah, there's no like real explanation for it, honestly. Aside from undisciplined, you can't win games like that. Arguably, there's some blame to why aren't we running the ball more? That was arguably where we were the most successful in that game.
Well, I had a question. So there was kind of that story about the Ravens were kind of simulating words from the defensive team. So that was kind of circulating. That might have been a little bit of a excuse, or I don't know about that, but.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. I'm not saying that, obviously, because I think it's only like really brought up by Aaron Jones. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't know. I didn't think of anything of it until it was said in that one like interview, but it's hard for me to tell based on like what I was watching. At the end of the day, like it's still, even if they were doing it 8 times, like that's still. I mean, like the phrase is what like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And then fool me like 3 times.
Shame on both of us.
Yeah, like it's just like, and that's only 3. Like we had 8. Like at the end of the day, like at a certain point, it's not like you can't blame the other team, even for them doing it. Like it is what it is, Like that wasn't the cause for the loss. I do think that there were some like missed defensive pass interference that they missed on the Ravens a lot of the time, but as it was said earlier, you can't blame the refs at the end of the day. Like I will objectively say that was a missed call, but you can't leave the game up to the refs. Like you really can't. Right. Yeah, you can't. You have to play better than them. I mean, we didn't score offensive touchdowns that often, like we didn't win the game. At the end of the day, I do think like it goes back to like how we played when we played the Eagles. Like we had on paper, we held Lamar, we held Derrick Henry. Like we should have arguably won the game. There was just some stupid plays that like maybe I don't blame like McCarthy for throwing it like deep to Jefferson one-on-one. Like you look at the those 2 interceptions, one of them Jets fell down. You can't help that. And
he kind of looked disinterested though after that. Like he was just kind of.
I personally think that like when I watched it live and I said, oh, I think he's down, and they show the replay, he was down. So I actually think that he just knew that he was down, so he didn't like play up for that. Which like I get. But then there's the other side of it. Yeah, he's also competitive, and maybe he just didn't really feel like play. I don't know. I don't know what's going through his head. I'm going to defend my team at the end of the day. I will say, like I said, I think it was just he knew he was down, and he just didn't feel like putting out the effort for that. Because if you look at, it's very obvious that he was down. Like once you watch the replay, like he intercepts it, Jets touched him, so. I don't question Jets' dedication at the end of the day. He's still one of the best wide receivers in the league. He's made it work. I think his record shows, honestly, when it comes to playing for secondary like quarterbacks, he's had more success with those over like just say Jamar Chase, who like kind of just he can die down when it comes to the secondary quarterbacks. So, and it's nothing against Chase at all, but it's just more just saying that like Jets has done much better with backup quarterbacks like he has, and he doesn't.
I would say, who I would blame though on that would be maybe not JJ McCarthy, but his alter ego 9.
I don't.
That's such bull crap. I'll tell you this right now: the 9 thing. Like, okay, first of all, it's way too early in your career to be saying stupid crap like that. But are you going to – so you only can say 9 when you're successful? Where was 9 this week? That is the dumbest thing I've heard. And I watched Shelby's video the other day, or it's talking about it, and I couldn't help myself. And you know me, I love Shelby, and I love her content. I think she has good takes. But this whole 9 thing, come on now. Like you played 4 NFL games and you got an alter ego. It's like, so what was that? Was he -9?
Yeah.
Is that what came out? That -9's out. Oh, now he's not just got split I mean, plus personalities. He's got multiple personalities. Like, what are we talking about here? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not fighting for that nickname. I'm not fighting
one
for
good
it.
quarter in the first week, and then all of a sudden it's like he's been injured.
If they had won this week, I'd be more adamant about it, but they didn't win, so yeah.
I was in the building. Okay, I was literally in the building, and I'm watching it. You're right. All those stupid penalties they took, unnecessary. But JJ did not look good, and I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying he's played 4 games. Mm-hmm. He's played 4 games. But at the end of the day, JJ McCarthy had more rushing yards than Aaron Jones or Mason.
Yeah.
And then you're talking Naylor goes off. Like, he looked great. He was open. He exposed him. But like Jefferson, we're talking 4 receptions for 37 yards, and then Addison 3 receptions for 35 yards. Like, that's just not good enough. But I'll give the Vikings credit. They could have come back and tied up the game, and they were there, and they played terribly, right? Yeah. But Baltimore came in with a healthier defensive, like, they have been riddled with injuries, and they came back. And so their defense looked good. So I actually sitting there watching Minnesota and going, not this season, but maybe it's next season where they figure it out and get it going. They're a lot better than I think people think. But and they played horrendous on Sunday.
Yeah, I think obviously McCarthy had a bad day, but I will say this: like, he threw 2 interceptions, but honestly, it did not and he wasn't like the most accurate QB, but he definitely didn't let it affect his headspace. And I think that, to me, that is arguably a better quality than somebody throws 2 interceptions and then they just throw incomplete, go 3 and out, because he's not letting it bother him. And I think that's the thing that really kind of makes me at least feel relatively speaking positive about it. You look at honestly Baker Mayfield, he doesn't have a good game, but he, at the end of the day, you can't rely on him to not you have to count on him to be potentially coming back and winning it, because he's going to put in that effort. And I think I'm not saying at this point in his career that he's equal to that, but that I guess that grit of just trying doesn't let a pick really bother him that much, and just keeps on trying to throw it. At the end of the day, he's going to try to win. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, obviously I want wins. I want that. But we're talking about, like you said, it is his 4th game.
Do you know what the difference is?
So early on in his career.
What the difference between him and Caleb Williams is?
What?
He tries. Caleb Williams does. All right.
Yeah.
But speaking of Caleb Williams, I was thinking this during the game. JJ looked like Caleb Williams early on, missing those brutal passes, getting those interceptions. He looked like Caleb early on. Caleb looks better now. But I made videos of Caleb missing horrible passes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Caleb doesn't look like that anymore, which is nice for the Bears fans, right? But you forgot to say, Dre, you guys had 2 fumbles on returns. The one cost you guys. It shifted the momentum. The second one got called back, and you're lucky because you should have had 2 turnovers there. You only got 1, and that's why you stayed in the game. It should have been a blowout, but the whole game was Minnesota played bad and still was there. I think there's a lot of positives for your team there.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think there's a lot of positives to take from it. Obviously, and this is with Jefferson having a bad day. If he has a good,
he had a bad day. I think that JJ McCarthy could not get him the ball.
Statistically, yeah. Mm-hmm, I think this is a bad day for him. This is not a good day. He was under 50 yards, so that's a bad day for him.
The Ravens are really coached really well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
defense. And then right now it's like they got on a win streak, so they trying to get back in the division. So the Steelers on their way down like normally, and the Ravens on their way back up.
And I say, like, you look at Lamar didn't have a good day either, and honestly, neither did Derrick Henry. Like, they didn't have good days. Like, I think defensively, we showed like we had a lot. Having Van Ginkel back is a big thing, and the fact that he's now playing, like, he's going to, like, he had a lot of an effect coming back into this game, and because offensive lines have to take account for him, and then you have Grenard on the other side. Yeah, he's injured. Like, he had a shoulder injury, but he's going to be playing this week based on what I'm reading. And so our defense is pretty good. Like, I'm a little annoyed by the, from an old fashioned standpoint, the Dallas Turner penalty. Like, I get why it's a penalty. I understand it. You can't do that in this game, in this day and age, but at the end of the day, it's still just a tackle. It was just a tackle. It's just based on the rule book today and age. You can't tackle with the full body weight or whatever. But
all right,
take Tom Brady for that one.
The Ravens had so many drops. It was like ridiculous. It's like, can they not, like, it's Flowers dropped one, Bateman, actually all of their wide receivers dropped one, and then Andrews dropped. There's at least 4 drops, and they were sick. And 2 happened on one drive, and it killed the drive. So it's like, if you can you guys just get a wide receiver who can catch the ball?
All right, well, let's move on. Speaking of wide receivers, let's go preview. Wide receivers injured, maybe not catching balls. Miles, Packers are 7.5-point favorites, or 7-point, depending on where you look at it. Giants, give us some keys to that game, to the Packers at Giants this weekend.
Not playing down to their opponent. God's sakes. And let me just throw this in there, since we're at this level of what I call boneheadery. A few years ago we had to watch Preston Smith cover Justin Jefferson one-on-one because we had a defensive coordinator who didn't know what the heck he was doing, and now we are achieving the same levels of ineptitude with a cornerback playing receiver at some of the most important points of the game. To not make just one mistake. He dropped the ball. Okay, well, great. We tried him. He dropped the ball. Get him off the field. No. Let's leave him in there to make another mistake so that he can get an alignment mistake when you finally move the ball once in the entire game. Gee, the guy who's been playing cornerback made an alignment mistake when he was on the field as a receiver? No kidding. And then, no, let's leave him on the field some more so he can drop at least one more ball for us. Like that. Don't do that, and you can probably win this game. If you can avoid crap like that, you can probably win this game. Play people in their positions.
I'd say that, or Jameis Winston's playing, right? So I feel like the Packers are going to be eating the W here. He's going to be slinging around. So that's why we're talking about defense and fantasy football wise. I am. Wherever I can, I'm playing the Packers defense because I feel like he's going to turn the ball over. So I think this Packers defense has a chance to shine here. Miles, they're winning this game, right? Packers are winning this game.
Yeah, they should win this game, even if it's ugly and they do it in a way that frustrates the hell out of us. They should win this game. The Giants just fired their coach for a reason. There's a lot going on there, and yeah. The joke is that this is a very Packers thing, is that they would go into this game, they'll play down to their competition. You got Jameis Williams in there who's going to just sling it all over the place, Jameis Winston, who's going to sling it all over the place with reckless abandon because he's got nothing to lose, and the Packers are just going to be on their heels the whole time. Very, very possible outcome. But I do think to be fair, yes, the Eagles didn't play great, but I do think that the Packers defense played very well and has been playing very well this season. they could definitely force Jameis and whoever, insert quarterback, into some mistakes. You don't have a potent rushing offense like you did when you had Scatterboo in there. So yeah, the Giants just don't, to me, they don't have a lot of firepower. Even the receivers that they do have in there, it's like they're all right, but I don't think they're keeping the defensive coordinator up at night. So yeah, I think the defense should be able to carry this game, even if the offense shows up just discombobulated like they have been. But on the other side of that, if they can just handle the defensive line of the Giants, there's opportunities on the back end of that defense to really take advantage of. So hopefully they can figure something out. But the personality of this team just makes me nervous. So we'll see.
Tell you what, like I'm looking at this defense and I'm thinking that this is going to be Christian Watson game. I mean, Dobbs is dealing with like a chest injury, I believe. I mean, we'll see if he plays.
It sounds like he's going to go.
Okay. But I just think, Christian Watson had a couple good catches on Monday night. Did he not?
He did.
Yeah. So him ramping up. I mean, and this Giants
might get Golden back too.
Okay. So
what has he done?
Nothing so far.
What has he done on the Packers?
It's not about what he's done. I don't care what he did. He ran a super fast 40 at the combine. That's what he did.
Okay.
I want to send that guy sprinting at a safety every play just to make him think about it. And then I want to send Luke Musgrave on the other side sprinting at the other safety every play. And then we'll let the rest of the offense play underneath them. That's what I want to do.
I said it as an upset person who drafted him in fantasy. That's why I say that.
So, Trev, you think the Packers are winning here? What are your keys?
Yeah, I think the Packers. This is the problem. This is the trap game again because everyone's picking Green Bay, and we always play down to our competition. Apparently,
so do the Bears.
So,
Bears almost lost to the Giants.
Well, and if you think about it, I actually get more nervous that Winston's the quarterback than Russell Wilson. I'd rather have Russell Wilson playing there. So it's like, geez, Louise. If there's something, God is with Winston, man. I'm telling you right now, that guy is a man of God, and he's got the best personality in NFL right now. And I'm just like, Lord, can you just please? I get it. He's a great guy. He's gone through a lot of adversity, but the Packers need to keep this rolling. Okay. We need to get bounce back game. So I do think we have to bounce back. If not, I'm telling you right now, Green Bay land is melting down if we lose to the Giants. Bears fans are going to come at us like a flood. Like and Detroit's just going to sit there with their big grins on their faces. And Minnesota's still going to be the worst team in the division. And they're going to be smiling at us. And so I'm just saying it's a must-win game for us. But I do think we find a way to win. And I hope that we win convincingly by 2 touchdowns, at least.
All right. What about you, Dre? Do you think the Packers or the Giants are going to win here?
So I will say I do think the Packers are going to win this. Having said that, 1, you say playing down to your opponent. And 2, it's only, 7.5 points? That's what it is. I will say Jameis Winston has been able to get away with something with 10 legs, a.k.a. crab legs. And he's able to steal that away. So he could potentially do something because he's wild like that.
Yep.
And so I honestly, because he's at a, and when I say with McCarthy, who doesn't let it bother him, man could throw honestly 5 interceptions in the first quarter, and then he could also throw 6 touchdowns in the next quarter and be not bothered by it at all. So I'll say this: if they're able to stop Jameis Winston, and his I guess ability just to throw it down there to somebody, I mean. Robinson could have a great game. Who knows? I don't know. But
I
will say, Packers should win.
The Packers don't do well versus backup quarterbacks. Am I correct on that? So
no, that's part of the personality that scares me.
I've
got PTSD from Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. Oh, glorious.
That was just cutlets. That's just and he's cooking his own.
He is.
Please no. Just make it stop. I can't go through that again.
Seventh letter. There's no way the Giants win here, are they?
Well, this sounds like a Hyatt game, like because he's fast and Jameis Winston.
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, he throw that ball down the field. So
yeah, Hyatt's down there
like,
somewhere.
The Giants do have a good defensive line, and I think like last week it was kind of revealed. I mean, it's any quarterback though, but the Giants do have the ability to crunch the pocket, and
that's true.
Yeah, they can. I don't think Jordan Love would do that. Had that stupid kind of fumble again this week. I think he'll correct that, but I know I think like last week the Eagles kind of the way they crushed the pocket, pushed the pocket on them. I think the Giants do have the ability. They gotta, if they don't have anything, they do have a front four.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I do think that they can. It's not that cut and dry. Like, and again, the Packers play down to their opponents a lot. It's just what it is. For some reason, they can't beat the Giants. So I'm gonna pick the Giants this week.
Oh wow!
Right.
Okay,
don't be surprised. It's just the wily type of Jameis. You know what Jameis Winston is good at? The first game he played.
That's true.
Fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah.
I mean, they don't have their starting quarterback. They don't have their starting receiver. They don't have their starting running back. They don't care at this point.
Right.
Like, they just don't care. So they're just gonna do whatever the hell they want. So
sounds like
you got an interim head coach. None of them have anything to lose.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of just like
Northwestern School of Journalism can write this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't think it's going to be 2 touchdowns. It might be, like some, a fumble or an interception return or something like that. But just offensively, you guys haven't looked that comfortable. So it's not that cut and dry to me. Like
especially with Kraft gone.
Right. And that's another thing because that's a big part of your offense. You know what I'm saying? Like he's much more important to that offense than I even realized after looking at y'all this Monday. So I'm gonna pick the Giants because Jameis Winston is just his wily style of play, and just he gonna chuck it. He's gonna challenge the secondary. So you better show me that you're good, and because the secondary like Ballantyne and all them people, they look good. They look good this year. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, you got McKinney back there too. Evan Williams. The safeties are good.
They're good.
So if he does challenge them, that's where I'm like, that could swing in the Packers' favor dramatically.
It can. He's gonna throw some interceptions.
Yeah.
Touchdowns too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's until like if the punks get confident, then you're in trouble. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna actually think the Packers are gonna win here 34-16, but I would love to go
34.
I think they're gonna be
I thought they only win when they get 27.
Now hang on a second. True. You said 34-16?
Yeah.
All right, let me just interject some just goofy history here. So on Packers Twitter, there's been a fun little side story that we're following with the parallels of the handoff between, Favre to Rodgers and now Rodgers to Love.
Oh no. Yeah.
And this is the 27-year-old season, right? This is third year starting. It's all right. It's all right. But when you said 34-16, you're even going to get wigged out by this. All right. So the game that this Eagles loss reminded me of from that 2010 season was the game that they lost in the regular season to the Falcons. They lost that game by 3 points. They lost that game by not being able to score as much. You held Matty Ice. You're like, okay, you should have been able to win that game. You still didn't. And you're sitting here thinking, all right, well, that's the one seed. Like, you got to go through them. You got to go through them to get to the Super Bowl. And after losing that game, it kind of felt like it does now, where it's just like, geez, dude, like, can they do anything? I remember that part of the season. Well, the next game, they won the next game after that Falcons game, 34-16.
Wow, look at that. Am I an amazing prognosticator or what?
Pretty wild, man.
Beautiful.
Pretty wild.
It just came to me too. So this Packer positivity. We got to get away from it.
That was just why I had to say that. When you said
Wow,
34-16, I was like, all right,
That's,
well,
that was
we
pretty
got to
wild.
bring this
I
up.
mean, that's fair. I get that.
All right. Well, let's move on to another wild matchup. Then we'll get to the marquee matchup. So the Lions are at the Eagles. Eagles 2.5.
Oh, that's not a marquee matchup. The fucking Vikings. Yo,
within the division. Within the division.
he said it was a marquee matchup. No, it's not.
The Lions at the Eagles. -2.5, seventh letter. What are your keys to this game?
I can't wait. We gonna win. I ain't scared of. They can't stop the run like they supposed to. We gonna win. Watch that. We gonna control the clock. Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery. It's gonna be. This feels like a David Montgomery game to me.
You're not worried about that front seven at all?
Not one bit, because they ain't that good. I don't see him that way. I just don't see him that way. I watched every Eagle game this year. I just don't see him that way. They almost let the Bucks come back on them. They lucky they was playing Baker Mayfield, who gonna throw it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. If we come out like and then plus when we play on like primetime games, we play up.
Yeah,
so
fair.
Even if we do lose, we're gonna look like, all right, yo, we gonna see this. This is the NFC Championship. This is it right here. Like we gonna play. We play up to.
I don't agree with that. But
I'm telling you, we do.
More for the Eagles side of things.
Each game, our left tackle was hurt. So I already knew what time. And then they still cheated. They had no business cheating us that game, but they still had to cheat. So anyway, and I don't believe if you cheat and you lose. No, they cheat for the Chiefs, and we all know that. But I think on Sunday night, it's a primetime game. We do play up the competition on primetime games. It's going to be a good game, and I think the Lions win by 6.
Ooh, like
run the clock at the end, running the ball. Because remember, also, when we play teams again, because they beat us 3 years ago,
we're going
we're going to beat them.
Hold on to that grudge.
Yeah.
26 years ago when they beat us.
Dan Campbell, don't forget. But what happened last game? We ain't had to do that to the Redskins. We could have sat people down. Let's beat the shit out of the Redskins. I don't care if they didn't care that we was hurt last year.
That's true.
We'll kill them.
All right, Trev, what about you? You think the Lions will win in this game?
You know what? I'm looking forward to this game. Like, honestly, I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be really interesting because, you know, the Eagles are playing the Lions, and then the Bears are going to come up and they're playing the Bears. Have the Eagles played the Vikings yet? Yes, they have. They lost. Okay, so I, you know, it's that prime time game. You imagine if they go back-to-back weeks, Andy, and it's like it's another. Well, let's just say 17. If we're gonna so if you're gonna say the Lions win by 6, could you imagine if it was 13, 7 or whatever? Like,
yeah.
That would be hilarious. But anyways, I do think the Lions are going to find a way to win. But I do think the Eagles are better than we think, and they're at home. So Detroit's going into a cold environment again, right? So maybe I'll go with the Eagles. I'll just stick with the Lions because I just have a feeling. I've been telling everyone since the beginning. They're not frauds. They're not going to be bad like everyone said that they were going to be good. So I'll stick with the Lions on this one.
All right. What about you, Dre? Lions or Eagles? This means extras with you living in Philly, all right?
Yeah, I know. But so I think it comes down honestly to the, like we talked about already, the front four for the Eagles. Like, because like they held Josh Jacobs to a decent like rushing amount. And I mean, there's a certain team in this division that also held the Lions to a decent amount and also won that game.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I will just say it comes down to that. Like,
and
I think
and now he just he the guy that helps us along in practice now. My coach is calling the plays now, so we playing. We really gonna win. Tell you.
I will say I do think the Lions are winning. I do think that because I do think like Jacobs, like he's a one like I guess
You said the Lions are winning, or right?
Yeah, I think the Lions are winning
Okay.
because like the Eagles last week were able to hold Josh Jacobs down, but that's a one team, like a one player running back duo. I haven't seen them like I guess hold down a definite as good I guess running back duo as honestly Gibbs and Montgomery. So I don't, especially with what's his name? Phillips that he's picked up. It's still like iffy. Yeah, it's still iffy. Like they could do it. Don't get me wrong, but and their defensive line is young. You have Jalen Carter, and then Nakobe Dean. Like he's back now, and like you have a bunch of decent like young players that could do numbers. But then at the same time, you stack the box, and then St. Brown can go off. Like so, and then Jameson Williams, he's ridiculously fast. So, and the secondary for the Eagles, I mean, there's a reason why they traded for Jair Alexander, and well, we see how that worked out. So, yeah, so I think the Lions are going to pull this one out.
What happened with Jair?
And he's taking time away from
personal
football
time.
now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yo,
He's-
he went. Definitely.
Yeah,
He didn't even travel to Green Bay. He said, "I'm out."
Yep. I think there was a rumor that like they may have like told him that we're gonna put you on IR, and then he was just like, no. So I'm gonna take personal time. That's the rumor. I don't know how true it is.
Well,
I don't
IR, he
know.
gets paid, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we gonna win.
He resisted IR pretty hard last year with the Packers too.
Yeah, we gonna win.
That's a good point.
We gonna
It
win.
was
So-
arguably, if anything, one of the worst. Like I would say, like because I would say Howie as GM is like the best GM in the entire NFL, and may not have, that was one of the not good highlights for his like as a GM perspective.
I mean,
So
he's got plenty of other
I mean,
things,
yeah, like
but
he has enough positives that like outweigh that. But yeah, the Eagles, like their defense, like they showed up when it like actually mattered on those few plays. But overall, like I mean, the Vikings still scored 22 points on them. Like honestly, like I'm not trying to like up the Vikings, but I'm also saying that defense, like they have issues. They do have issues. That's why they had to bring in Phillips. They had to. So I do think the Lions win.
Miles, what about you? You think the Lions or the Eagles going to win?
I kind of flip-flopped as we were talking about it, but I think what it comes down to for me is I don't think the Eagles can score enough points to beat the Lions. Yeah, I do think that defense, the Eagles defense, is going to give the Lions offense some trouble, but there's too many. The Lions have too many ways to beat that, and I don't think on the other side of the ball the Eagles offense is going to be able to generate enough points to overcome that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'll give them a 7-point win on this one. You know, they could probably, you know, I don't know that it's a big game. I think more like a 21-14 type game.
That is fair. That is fair. So, you know, AJ Brown, it leaked out that he, you know, was not happy with the offense. So it is confirmed that he's going to go off and have over 100 yards, and he's going to, you know, it happened with the Bears and Rome Odunze. You know, first play out of the gate, he got the ball, and so when the press interviewed him, they asked him about that, and his answer was "Thanks, Dad," for that first play. So I think when this happens, I think AJ Brown's going to have a game. I think the Eagles are going to win 31-27. I do think the Eagles have enough offensive firepower to win here. I mean, they scored 38 versus the Giants. You know,
what's the name? You know, what's the name is kind of fucked up, right?
What's that?
Ooh,
the right tackle, his knee kind of hurt a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lane Jones.
No, it was ankle. It was ankle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was an ankle injury.
You know how those ankle injuries work. The next day is when it really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
They got ways. They got ways to make him play.
That's how he got an
All right.
And he came back and played on Monday.
Yeah, because that's how ankles work. Like it don't hurt to the neck tomorrow. Tomorrow is when you can't walk.
Especially when they tape the hell out of it. They tape the hell out of it. They don't even feel it.
Yeah, it's a watermelon now.
Yeah.
A watermelon.
Well, speaking of moving on to the marquee division games of the week. All right, division. So the Bears at the Vikings, -2.5. Obviously, the Vikings had the come from behind win in week 1. A lot has changed now. Dre, I'm going to give you the first crack here. Give me some keys to the Bears at Vikings this week.
I mean, I say it comes down to the secondary of the Bears. Like, that has been like the weakness of anything. I mean, they've let up a lot of, even in these close wins, they've let up a lot of points. And I mean, I guess, kudos to Caleb Williams, able to pull it out at the end. Don't get me wrong. But how many, I mean, you look at, honestly, the Vikings, like a couple years ago, like we I guess, pushed our luck a lot. There's just so many times that this is going to happen. Like, like that Bengals game, why was it like that high scoring? Same. And then the Giants game last week. I still think the Giants should have won that game. Like, yeah.
But they didn't.
They didn't. And like, all props to winning the game. Don't get me wrong. But the secondary in that defense, and this is also, again, the Giants are without their wide receiver 1 and also without their running back 1. And so,
absolutely, that's fair. But the Bears did win that. Obviously, with the secondary, I get it. We talked about the secondary. It has to be game plan because we have a lot of injuries. But I think
they don't have nobody.
We're playing JJ McCarthy, all right? And I think Ben Johnson the second time through, Dennis Allen the second time through. What are we going to do with JJ McCarthy? And here's the thing,
that was with an unhealthy offensive line, though. We had a worse offensive line back then.
That's fair.
You mean,
but we're getting a little bit more pressure.
False starts. That one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're getting more pressure. Obviously, I'm a little bit worried about that. But hey, what it comes down to is just defensive schemes. And JJ McCarthy, I believe his hand's in a wrap or something. It's kind of, we talked about this offline a little bit. He's questionable. He in the interview, he had his hand in his sweatshirt. So you think, Dre, he's playing games there. He's trolling the Bears, but maybe his hand is still hurting a little bit. So that could be an issue. But I get it. You question the Bears secondary, but the biggest thing when I think of for the Bears, we have to stop Addison because he went off in 2 games last year. Jordan, Jefferson's going to get his yards, but Addison, we got to stop him. And obviously the Vikings didn't have him in week 1, so I'm a little bit worried about that.
Who threw for more yards last week?
Well,
McCarthy threw, and the majority of that was on that injured hand.
Okay, all right.
And that was versus the Ravens. And I would say arguably the Ravens, like on paper, like especially with Kyle Hamilton as a safety, and their secondary is arguably, I would say, not a lot better than the Bears, but I would say it's definitely better than the Bears, but just like
especially with all the injuries, absolutely.
Well, no, not even. Kyle Hamilton is better than, I would say, better than any of the secondary on the Bears. Like
Jalen Johnson,
he's one of the best safeties in the league. Yeah.
Okay, but you get Jalen Johnson's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You get him healthy. Come on.
Give me Kyle Hamilton over Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, 100%.
Kyle Hamilton's been in and given up a ton of yards and points previously. So
Hamilton, I was upset that the Vikings didn't take Hamilton.
Oh, absolutely. But the Ravens have not looked good defensively. I mean, they've been a little bit better recently.
There's 10 others.
Yeah.
Is Jalen Johnson carrying the Bears? I mean, like,
yes. Well, obviously he's hurt now.
You still have Tyreek Stevenson trying. And
hey, what'd you say about the best ability?
Availability.
Hey.
Well, and you know what? Speaking of that, DJ Moore is questionable. He'll probably play, but I really think if the Bears get DJ and Rome available, and even you get the tight end involved, we need to have some quick scores and really start quick. I think that'll help the Bears, put a little bit of pressure on JJ McCarthy. Maybe he'll have to do a little bit too much. So, Dre, do you think the Vikings are going to win here?
I mean, yeah, like I'll root for my team every single time. I do think, like, out of the division, I do think the Bears are. Honestly, the Bears and the Packers are the two teams that, like, I think we can win against. The Lions are I was worried. No, Trev, I say this with more respect for y'all than the Bears, but the Lions were the one team that, like, I was actually, like, really worried about facing. Like, all right, really worried about. And that's what I'll say.
You should be worried about Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson coming back, with a vengeance.
I was week 1, and now not so much.
Okay, well, we controlled that game, and then basically, we should have won, and then we had an injury. So, hey, we got it this time. So you're picking the Vikings. I'm actually going to pick the Bears, 27-24. We're going to reverse it, 27-24. We're going to reverse it here, and it's going to be a little bit of justice here for the Bears to win this game and take it. So, Trev, I'm going to give you you were raring to go and say, do you think the Bears or the Vikings are going to win this game?
I want to say the Vikings.
But
I have a weird feeling that the Bears are going to win. But listen, Dre, can you talk to KOC and get him to win this game? This game is very important to me that the Bears lose, because I'm sick and tired of all their delusional talk, and they're going to win the Super Bowl and all the bull crap we keep hearing from this stupid
there's
fan
4
base.
out of the 5 of us that think
Tell you what,
call them on the phone and say,
I'm ready next week.
I am picking the Bears to win. You heard it here first, because I'm so sick and tired. But I feel like Minnesota's going to, like, if they shore up that O-line and not getting all the stupid penalties, you're in trouble, Andy. Okay.
Hey,
but I don't know if they have. So what I saw last week, they were so bad that the Bears are going to win. Okay. I'm hoping and I'm cheering for the Minnesota Vikings, baby.
Well, if I'm right on all my games, the Bears end up in first place next week. So oh
my gosh.
I mean,
I don't know.
That would be hell.
Yeah,
that would be complete football hell.
I know you're ready for that. 7th letter. Are you picking the Bears or the Vikings?
I'm picking the Vikings.
Man, I love this.
Let's go.
That's all right. That's all right.
The way their defense plays, it's going to give Caleb trouble, because they very aggressive and they're very aggressive, and I could just see them just heating Caleb up all game, because that's what they did at the 3rd and 4th quarter last game. They heated him up. He's not a layup guy. He liked to run and get away, but they got enough speed to keep up with him. So I think they get him on the ground. That's the Caleb Williams. His superpower is hard to bring him down. He really, like, his pocket presence is.
He's a big man too, 230 pounds. Like, he is thick and quick and a superstar. So, so Miles, what about you? Are you Vikings or Bears?
You know what, man? I think the Bears have the better quarterback in the matchup.
I love this.
I'm gonna go with the Bears. Bears. I think it'll be a very NFC North thing to happen. That the Vikings have already beat the Lions. I think that please, Rev, this is not what I want. All right,
I'm just saying.
This is what I think.
Like, how do we get to this place? How do you and I, as Packers
Alliance,
be saying the Bears are going to win a game?
We got this. We got a. I don't know if this is unholy trinity here. I love this. The Bears.
Well, what I want is for you two to tie. That's what I really want. But I would love it if neither of you could win at all. But no, I
wish that when y'all played the Cowboys. So
and that's what happened. Yeah. Tell you what.
Maybe that's what we'll get here.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it's going to be an interesting game. A lot of interesting games within the division. Obviously, I appreciate everyone coming on. Lots of great stuff tonight. As we close out, you can find me on NFL Outdated on Twitter X, on YouTube, on Instagram. You can find us on Freezin #4 Pod on the TikTok. And Dre, where can everyone find you as we close out?
You can find me on Twitter X. It's at Skullman Sports. Thanks for having me on. I always love talking. So. Even at from the bottom of the division, I'm okay with it. I will.
Here we go.
I'll have a good time. I will have a good time here.
Hi down there. There you go. Hi down there.
Who's 2-0 in the division? That's all.
All right.
Who's 2-0 in the division?
That's why
I'll
I'm
put you back up there for fun.
For fun.
Maybe 3-0 in the division after this week.
We'll see. We'll see what happens this weekend.
All right, Trev. Where can everyone find you as we close out?
You can find me everywhere. I'm talking TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. If anyone's watching still after an hour and 19 minutes, listen, follow RevTrevNFL. You will not regret it. I'll tell you right now. I come with fire content.
Lots of great stuff. Definitely like and subscribe. A lot of great stuff. Like I say, with any Packer content, if you absolutely have to, definitely follow Trev, and also definitely follow my guy Miles.
I agree.
Where can everyone follow you as we close out?
The at Pack Weekly Pod. Come hang out with us on Monday nights at 9:30. Sticking just to the Pack. We welcome our NFC North rivals. Come in and troll us in the comments. But yeah, come on in, and we're breaking down the games next week. We're gonna be breaking down this win against the Giants and having a good time. So subscribe, get us up to 1,000 subscribers.
A lot of great stuff. All right, very good. Seventh letter for now. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on 7th letter 4 on Twitter X, same OG on Instagram and Facebook. Top of the NFC North again. Give me my big piece of chicken. Daddy's home.
Thanks again, everybody. Lots of great comments, lots of great commentary tonight. So we will catch you again next week. Once again, it's been the Freezin North Podcast, NFC North preview week 11. We'll catch you again next week. Good night, everybody.
Peace. All right,
Go,
fella.
Pack, go.
Back go.
Bear down.